My name is Tom Haak and I'm the director of the HR Trend Institute. At the HR Trend Institute we watch trends in the domain of people and organization. Like every year, I would like to present to you some of the trends we see as important for the next year. So now I have 11 trends for you for 2021. Number one on my list this year is ethical leadership for HR. Last week I was running with my friend and we saw a father with his child, and his child was maybe 3 years old on a little skateboard. Super dangerous situation. Normally, I said to my friend, when I still worked at my old company Arcadis, I would have had to intervene. I would have said to the father, stop, this is dangerous. This is typical, an example. HR in organizations should take responsibility for things that go wrong, for toxic workplaces, for diversity efforts that don't fly. There's many situations where HR should not take a back step, but take a front step and take responsibility as ethical leaders of the organization. Number two is the search for the anti-fragile personality. What is the anti-fragile personality? And we know about resilience. All organizations are looking for resilient people and they are looking how to make their organizations more resilient. Taleb has come with the concept of anti-fragility. Anti-fragility is how can you benefit from crisis situations? How can you benefit from stress? So it's more than resilience, it's bouncing back at a higher level. Organizations are more and more looking for people with a, you could say, anti-fragile personality, and those people are not so easy to find. Number three is goodbye HR business partner. Many organizations for years have come up with the HR business partner concept. Initially HR was administration and HR should become business partners. But we have found out that if you look at the activities of most of the business partners, still 80–90% of their work is very operational. So you need a lot less business partners. You need a strong HR service center operations and a few HR strategists, HR architects that help the organizations, HR advisors, so big service center, few people in those type of roles. So, unfortunately, goodbye HR business partner. Number 4 on the list is the hybrid office. Normally we don't like to have all kind of obvious trends on the list, but this year we could not miss the hybrid office. What is the hybrid office? If you look at people, employees and people who are connected to the organization, you can look at the type of work, you can look at their personality, and you can look at their home situation. If you look at those 3 variables, you should be able to offer people a mixture of solutions. Some of them are in the office, but other solutions might be at home or in other work locations. So be creative and personalize. Don't force people one size fits all in one solution. Number 5 on my list is the increasing risk of detachment. More people are working from home than ever, far away from their natural habitat, the office, far away from their bosses, their supervisors. And for some people that works out very well, but the risk of detachment are increasing. Also the risk of, you could say, hiring, that people will hire your people. It becomes easier. We have seen already that investment bankers are looking at the labor market in the Netherlands, how they can find teams for their organizations in the UK or in the US. They pay better and they can stay where they are, working from home. Detachment could also lead to things like burnout. And well, it's difficult to predict what's going to be, but we better watch out in 2021. Keep connecting to our people. Make sure that we know how they feel and where they stand. The next point I would like to mention is skill mapping. And by skill mapping, looking for adjacent skills. And the long-term trend has already been away from jobs, more to skills. So you don't hire people for jobs, you hire people for the skills they have. But some skills are scarce and you cannot find those people. And then skill mapping helps. And in a sense, you make a map of the skills and you look for skills that are adjacent. And some people have skill A and they could very well also do skill B. So if A is scarce, you might look for B. So map your skills and go out and look for the adjacent skills. Number 7, I've called more nudging than policing. Human behavior is not so easy to influence. These days you see basically two kinds of streams. One is policing, saying to people on big signs, stop here, keep a meter and a half distance, don't go there. That's policing. Nudging is in a way gently inviting people to show certain behavior. Office design is an interesting example. Number 8, the personal user guide. Each year I've talked about personalization and the need to take the individual, you could say, capabilities, personality and needs and wishes of people into account. The personal user guide helps with that. I have the personal user guide installed on my telephone. I've done a little test and made my profile. So if I meet new people, I can say to them, read my guide, and it tells you a little bit who I am. It starts with, I'm a person who has a strong need for variety, change, and always looking for innovations. So, and I'm easily bored. Well, people who know me, that's no news. So, my personal user guide, and then I can invite new people I meet to do their test. And then I get a report how the two of us can best work together given our personalities. So personal user guide, I think super simple and well, I think we can all benefit. Number 9 on my list is digital tracking, or sometimes also called employee monitoring. The positive trend is building a continuous listening architecture. But behind that you could say, well, it's also about controlling, monitoring, tracking employees. If you go online and you look at employee monitoring software, you get very nice services, products. I mentioned a few. Controlio, well, what's in the name? Or here, Interguard. And their tagline is employee monitoring made simple. Record, review, alert and block user activity from a distance. Or Staff Cop. And the last one I would like to mention is Work Examiner. With our software you can easily track who does the job and those who tweet. Do we like it? No. But we know that some employers still think, well, trust is okay, but controlling is better. So the downside, digital tracking, we better watch out. Number 10 is a super short one. The increased use of virtual reality. You could also say the breakthrough of virtual reality. You don't have to be a trend watcher to see that these times offer enormous opportunities for VR in employer branding, in selection, in training. So watch out for VR and see what you can do with it. The last one, number 11, is about leadership. Are all leaders coaches? Maybe not. I think we should stop beating a dead horse, as the English say. I have a collection on my website, on our website, with leadership models. I think about 120 leadership models. The message you get is we are all looking for the rounded leader. Leaders should, of course, be team players. Leaders should create a vision. Leaders should be tough. Leaders should be soft. So the rounded leaders is the model we are looking for. And not many of those rounded leaders exist. You could also look for spiky leaders. Leaders who are strong in 1 or 2 points. And then use those strengths. So when it comes to coaching, for example, beating a dead horse is saying all our leaders, all our managers should be good coaches. That's very difficult, impossible to reach. You could also say, let's look at the leaders, managers that have a spike in coaching. And let's make sure that we assign to them more coaching activities. So HR, stop beating a dead horse. What were the 11 trends we presented? Number 1, ethical leadership. Number 2, the search for the anti-fragile personality. Number 3, goodbye HR business partner. Number 4, the hybrid office. Number 5, the increasing risk of detachment. Number 6, skill mapping. Number 7, more nudging, not policing. Number 8, the personal user guide. Number 9, digital tracking. Number 10, the VR breakthrough. And number 11, not all leaders are good coaches. And through the year, we will write a lot more about the HR trends. Take care.